go back, score again, and just apply some pressure. So we've got a little question being asked here. Centre pass will go the way of Green. Back to 8 goals.
Well, Van Dijk filthy. She's given away 4 turnovers. So she's been costly in that regard.
Tyra did well there. She decided against taking it. This one needs to go in. Rebounded Pratley.
You just wonder where this level of intensity has been for the Swifts. And Frances Salia has called a timeout. I think if you're asked her what was wrong, she'd say, you choose. So Swifts really feeling like they're still in this game. 5 minutes to go, 7 goals of difference. Seen stranger things happen.
Well, it's smart play because momentum, crowd noise, energy, all with the Swifts. And now timeout just gives the Magic a chance just to settle and say, listen, we've got this just about home. We need to just settle down, score a couple in a row. It'll get too hard. Casey Williams, Liz.
Yeah, she's been good all game, and Cox has just started to come into the game, and it's been a good battle between her and Cox. But Williams, I guess, really stifled the Swifts front line early because those 3 intercepts she got in the first half, and she got a really crucial one in the first quarter. And that just got the Swifts centre court thinking about her, wondering where she was, and that's enough often just to put the timing off on the feed and to allow the turnovers to happen. So she's played a good, complete game, has Williams.
Swifts desperately need a turnover from this play. They can get it, get a centre pass. We've got a game back on. They've got it. Bully's got it. Crowd love it. Got to score here. Take the next centre pass, and all of a sudden, pressure in a big final is an enormous thing. So they've got time. They can't afford to just throw an errant pass away. Williams comes through, and it goes the way of the Swifts. So taking a little bit of time off the clock.
Time is probably the most important factor of this game at the moment. Jodie Brown doesn't want to give the ball back. That intercept, Luke, was Rebecca Bully's first for the match, and what a time.
Just 4 minutes 20 remaining. Nolene Tarua has been good enough to join us. Nolene, just a little bit of pressure being applied. Back to your side.
Yeah, definitely. I wish the clock will hurry up a little bit.
Nolene, it might be a very long 4 minutes for you. If you could call a timeout now, if you could have your team, what would you say to them?
Yeah, that we've got to keep connected and united and just keep the ball.
Nolene, we'll let you get back into it. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And you can just sense the pressure. Time for the Magic could not be going any slower, but for the Swifts, they just would love some more time. Got a score here. Great play. Beautiful pass out the back. Pratley can reduce it to 5 goals, and she does. Crowd go berserk. Julie Fitzgerald can hardly bear it.
Oh, who'd be a coach? One important factor for the Swifts in this last 3 minutes is the crowd. It's a capacity crowd.
And that little deflection was called against Smith. So Van Dijk lurking. Salia bounced it to herself, and now penalty goes against McClymont. And they get an important steadying goal, the Magic.
That was a massive goal for the Magic. Just a little bit of panic seems to have crept in for them, which is unbelievable at this stage of a game that they've really dominated. It'll be their experienced players that get them home. But speaking of experienced players, these are the people who do it for the Swifts.
Superb, confident, steady shot there from Cox. Turnover is what the Swifts need. Again, Langman works really hard away from Green. McClymont back there defending hard. Green's fallen over. See the double team working, and now McClymont comes out, but they've left Irene alone, and she won't miss from there.
Well, yeah, interesting. Jodie Brown just stood still and was a really viable option for the ball, and that's what drew Bully and McClymont towards her. They took their eyes off Van Dijk for a second.
Pratley, goal number 17. We're back to 5. 2 minutes remaining. Still possible, but they have to turn this one over. And they have. Green's got it. Tyree Cox is down there one-on-one, but she did the right thing.
Need an option. Clever play, Jodie Brown.
We came through our commentary position here, Jodie Brown, and a powerful girl there. So I took a couple of backward steps there.
You look scared.
Bully's pass.
Massive turnover, Jade Clark.
And that will be the game.
Swifts had to score off that turnover and had to score quickly, and it was fitting that it was Clark, who's had such a good game this afternoon, came up with possession.
And equally fitting that the goal went to Van Dijk. Nolan Tarua now, time to stand up. The bench celebrating on their feet. This is a massive win. It's only going to be the second ever win on Australian soil by a New Zealand side. Both of them to the Magic. They beat the Fever last season the first time. Cox has been enormous, but they will look at this season with an incredible sense of disappointment. 13 games in a row in the home and away season, and they will bow out in straight sets. The grand final will be the Magic against the Thunderbirds as Irene Van Dijk puts in goal number 44 from 45. What a performance in the preliminary final for her, Liz. And we look ahead to the grand final next week. It's Australia versus New Zealand, and the Magic are in enormous form.
They certainly are, and they also come in knowing that they've had a really good win against the Thunderbirds just in round 14. So this time it'll be different. It'll be on the Thunderbirds' home turf, but they'll have plenty of confidence, and confidence is an amazing thing. I was just thinking about the Swifts, and they really had the stuffing knocked out of them last week in terms of confidence by the Thunderbirds. It took them, well, most of this game to get that confidence back, and in the end it was a bit too little, too late for the Swifts, and they'll be left thinking what could have happened this season as the Magic finish off this game.
Full time, and the first windows wide Cano Bay of 20.
So that is a result that very few people would have picked, and after the Swifts so dominant in the home and away component of this season, Luke, who would have thought they would have gone out backwards? But I guess to their credit, they've gone out fighting. Really good last quarter from them.
Yeah, they've gone out though in straight sets, Liz, and they will be feeling incredibly disappointed. The New Zealanders, though, they are beside themselves with this result.